Morning folks, it's day 38, Nick here, and caught me on a really wet, miserable day in the Black Forest. I got up about 6:30, hearing little specks of rain, packed as quickly as I could, but by about 6:50 the heavens opened, it just chucked it down. So being in a campsite and being a bit exposed in various places, I managed to find a bit of a bush to put stuff under whilst I put it away, but it's just been a bit of a damp start, shall we say. I'm just in what they call a sitting room. Got some basic functionality. There's no tap or water in here, you have to walk completely around the block to get that. But yeah, it's quite good. There's almost as good Wi-Fi. And I'm just trying to put the finishing touches together for day 10, would you believe? It's just too long at the moment. It's about 40 minutes. I wanted them to be about 15 minutes. I just waffle too much and still finding it difficult to know what to include. But anyway, I mean, no hurry to set off. I'm just going to, I packed everything, the bike's all packed up. I've just got to put the laptop away and things like that. Anyway, I'll see you on the road and tell you what the plan is.
Okay, so morning from the road. It's day 38 and it's just gone 12:30. I'll tell you about that in a moment. So yesterday we did 320 kilometers and used about 9.6 litres of fuel according to the little trip, and heading in the general direction yesterday of Baden-Baden, which isn't far from here. So I stopped short of Baden-Baden in a little campsite on a road called Herrenwies. And the campsite was very basic. There was no power out in the field, so you had to get the power when you could in the they had a little sitting room area, and the Wi-Fi was strong enough to download the odd document type of thing, but not strong enough to upload anything. I gave it about an hour to upload episode 9, day 10, and it had got 4% done by the time I finished or gave up. So that's what I was doing this morning. I was just finishing off the editing of that episode 10 and trying to upload it so that it'd be up there today, but I'll have to find somewhere else to upload it. Okay, so that was what I was doing this morning yesterday. What are we doing today? Well, heading in the general direction of Calais, and I've got no idea where I'll stay tonight. It was a bit miserable this morning, I must admit, packing up in the pouring rain, but I will figure out en route. I'm not sure what sort of roads we're likely to encounter. I think it's going to be limited now on the twisty sort of roads, but I'll just gauge it by ear. So come sort of 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'll see how far I've got and see what's available, whether there is a campsite available or a guest house. To my left there is a river and a dam, so whether it's an actual river or just a reservoir, I don't know. Just see it over there. Just looking for a gap in the trees. There's a gap coming up here, might be able to see it now. Yep. There we go. close up of it. Very nice too. This looks a pretty little town. It's odd, the roads are sort of half dry up here. They were very wet just a few kilometres ago, and they're wet here too. Missed halfway up the hill there. And again, the Garmin has estimated a time of arrival, or how many hours, and the challenge is of course that this road is a 100 kilometers an hour road, 60 miles an hour national speed limit type thing, so there's no way I'm travelling at that speed on this road. So I'm just taking it leisurely. See if I can get past this chap. I don't want to race anywhere, but to be stuck on a hairpin. He needs to stop because of cars coming the other way. Looks like a real hairpin coming up in a moment. They feel a bit different in the wet. If I could touch wood I would, but tyres seem fine. They're warm now, so it should be okay. But these roads are very, very bumpy, and it's wet. So it's just a little bit wanting to be a little bit more careful around it all. Not that you don't want to be careful anyway. They seem fine. I mean, they're not slipping or anything. It's just me being potentially overcautious. Here comes the rain. But at least I've got my Gore-Tex gloves on. So I've just stopped today, sort of services on the A4. We come off soon anyway, 11 kilometres. I'll just see what's here. I've got my map book. Just check it out. I've come off the A4, heading towards Luneville, Luneville. I've decided to let Garmin do its adventurous routing to Dunkirk, and it's come up with a route about 600 kilometres, and it will go via Metz, which is a couple of 100 kilometers away, which should, depending of course on what the roads are like, that's the next big town that I'm heading for, and we'll probably get accommodation there. But it's miserable. It's been raining on and off all the time, so I'm not going to camp tonight. Oh, when I stopped at that Services, I managed to eat a pizza roll thing and quite a good coffee actually from a machine. I was surprised. Interesting bridge. I was expecting a river. Mind you, sat nav wasn't expecting a river. A very, very smooth surface road, I must say, and interesting street lamps. Just thought I'd share a bit of the French countryside. We're on the D27. Seems to be very rural, arable and dairy type farming going on. Lots of woodlands. The sun has come out, still in France, still 550 kilometers from Dunkirk. That's 300 and something miles. But, just looking at the terrain now, it's very flat. You can see for quite a distance. I'm so glad the sun has come out anyway. makes a huge difference. I did stop in a little village a few kilometers back just to stretch my legs and everything. Sometimes you just need to stop and stretch. There's the second car to flash me. I'm not speeding. I haven't got any lights on that I shouldn't have on. I thought at first it might be that the first car thought I had my indicators on because of the fact that they're on all the time anyway as running lights. But I wonder if there's police trap just up ahead here. Yep. Very decent of them. In the UK, many years ago, I don't know whether it was the RAC or the AA, they're two automobile associations anyway, for looking after if your car breaks down. If there was a police trap like that set up somewhere, you would quite often get an RAC or an AA van parked up just up the road a little bit, looking for cars which had the sticker for the membership of the RAC or the AA, and then doffing their caps, just taking their caps off to that car, and it was sort of an unwritten thing that there's a speed trap coming up. There you are. Don't quote me on that. We're back to these storks. There's 3 of them on that nest. Look at that. Or 4. I assume there's 2 adults and 2 offspring. Do hope you can see these things. There's another nest here. Not doing quite so well. There's only one bird that I can see in it. So I assume we're by a lake, because that's where they seem to congregate, in villages near lakes. Oh, there's a lake over there. And we're still on the D27. Seems quite a nice road too. Very industrial over there. Quite a long freight train running here. That one, this one I want. Well, I don't know if this is right, but seems to be down here somewhere. Little back street. Hotel F1, oh dear. Yep. Hotel F1. Oh, it's lock gated. Free parking. Let's try here. Interesting.
I've discovered something new about the GoPro I didn't know. That under certain circumstances, when you press the power button, oh no, the shutter button, it just goes automatically into sort of time warp mode. Not very useful. This is the hotel room that I'm in. It's a very weird hotel. It's like a big prefabricated building. I don't know whether it's made of steel. It's got a steel door with a 6-digit code for my door, but it apparently does have Wi-Fi, and I'll show you it as I bring the bags up because I'm not comfortable leaving them where they are. See you in a minute. So I've just come out of my room, and then it's like a campsite. All these sort of prefabricated cells. A little unusual. Anyway, go and get the bags. Well, that's the end of day 38. I forgot to check the mileage before I came up, left the bike, covered it and all the rest of it, so I'll do that in the morning. Had some dinner, a microwave boeuf bourguignon from the vending machine down there. It was fine. Tomorrow we'll continue our journey towards Dunkirk. I think it's probably about nearly 500 kilometres to Dunkirk, at which point I'll turn left to head to Calais. Not sure of the exact route yet. I'm just letting Garmin do its thing. Seems to be fine with its adventurous routing. So with that, nothing much else to add. I'll catch you in the morning. Bye for now.